Hello and welcome to Orbiting Brick. Today's video is going to be a fairly basic sounding mission. Just land a rover on Duna. However, I'm again using the planet pack JNSQ, which for those who are unaware, rescales the solar system by 2.7 times, as well as completely redoing the planets. That means the Delta V requirements are way larger. So you can see here, this rocket, it uses Centauri's parts. So part of the 2.7 times scale, and why they chose that number specifically, is because when using stock parts, or stock-alike parts, that leads to more realistically sized rockets. And it means that we have a much larger booster compared to our payload. Now I also have a Kerbalism, which introduces a bunch of other complications, such as limited ignitions on engines, and just a bunch of other part failures. And also, again, I'm not the best at flying craft in Kerbal Space Program, and this was the first take of the mission, and I hadn't done any testing before. It just had the right amount of Delta V. So yeah, no, this wasn't an easy mission to do. I'm not doing the best job at getting this into orbit because, yeah, a bunch of pitch maneuvers there. And even though there's fuel left in that in that core stage, I've used up all the ignitions on the engine. So I'm just plotting my maneuver node to Duna, and I actually selected this transfer window using the mod Transfer Window Planner, which I probably should have used earlier, but I for some reason didn't. Now, when I actually start a series in this save file, well, not this specific save file, but in this mod pack, I will have a list of mods available. Anyways, we're about to do our Kerbin escape burn, unless I decide not to put the solar panels on a action group, because yeah, this mission was put really quickly together, and I didn't feel like reverting to vehicle assembly building just to do that. So again, that upper stage engine is a Centauri's engine, which I definitely recommend the mod, though it doesn't have any tech tree support. Like, it does fit into stock tech tree, but stock tech tree. Sorry for verbal typos. The stock tech tree is objectively not the best tech tree. And if you're doing a more realistic save, you should use a probes before crew tech tree. But Centauri isn't supported by any, so you'll have to figure out some other solution. Anyways, that was a tangent. Back to the mission, I'm plotting some maneuvers to correct our trajectory. And I quickly had to check what the atmosphere height of Duna was in JNSQ. And yeah, it's 70 kilometers. So I probably should have put some RCS on this, not only to make it more controllable, but also for these interplanetary course adjustments. Oh, and also I have persistent rotation, which yeah, we were on a slight spin when I started time warping, and so yeah, we started spinning. I'm tempted to start listing all the mods I have installed, but again, I'm gonna have a mod list published later. Now, this might just be Kerbal Space Program time warp being, well, mainly Kerbal Space Program Physics being Kerbal Space Program Physics, and my orbit changing my time warp, or it may be a result of me using better time warp, and specifically, I have it set so that I can do time warp that's significantly higher than standard time warp. Anyways, we're now at Duna. And you can see there I'm using the mod trajectories to get my trajectory through the atmosphere. And now I'm time warping towards Duna. Which, I'm just gonna say, it looks way better with this because, yeah, JNSQ, it's a excellent mod. I definitely recommend it. And basically, and it says this in one of the like witty loading hints when the game is loading, that it's like the mod restock but for planets. It redoes the planets, it makes them look completely different, but not completely. It just like revitalizes them. Anyways, we're now doing our re-entry, which well, I didn't have any SAS control because firstly I was out of communication range, and secondly the probe core, the rover probe core only has one SAS mode, the stability assist. And now we're gonna briefly go out of the atmosphere. And you can see I have a Kerbal Engineer pulled up, and you can see the various temperatures of the parts. And now we're going to do our final landing approach, and we've regained communications. I said that I didn't test this mission before, and that's painfully obvious with this Duna descent. Because fairly soon I'm going to ensure that the parachute's gonna deploy. And basically, the parachute wasn't deploying at a high altitude, and I was worried that it wouldn't deploy at all. Thankfully it did, and now I can proceed with the landing as usual. Adjusting that the heat shield and the fairing. And a bit of a rough landing, but the rover survived. And something I recommend for any rover is to put a reaction wheel on it. And you can use a action group to toggle it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye!